All right, so we'll just give it a second here for everybody to join. All right, so yeah, go ahead and raise y'all's hands if you want to ask a question. We've got Albert, Andrew, and Seb online here, so ask away. All right, Abraham.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, this has really been a hectic challenge for me personally. You know, just trying to put my heads up around the syntax of Motoko. Yeah, but I'm actually having issues with this array of a thing in Motoko. It has given me tough time. I don't know. I'm currently now with the kind of things I've actually tried out. Uh, I'm now confused on what I'm supposed to do right now. So I don't know. I was just asking if there can be a head up, I can put my hands around it. Because what I'm seeing in the documentation, it's not really explaining things well. So I just have to try to look at Rust, look at React, look at JavaScript, try to wrap some things around there. But when I bring them up into the Motoko, I have issues with some syntax like the greater than equal to sign telling me that it's an error. I don't know what to replace with those things. So I'm just having issues around there, and that's been the thing that's been keeping me. So just want to know if there's any way an idea can be given so that I can work my way around it. Thank you.
Is there any way of what can be given?
Yes, sir. Is there any way an idea can be given around that so that I can work myself out?
So is the question specific?
And okay. My challenge here is on one of the challenges, the number 9 and the number 10. So I'm finding it difficult to get the sorting aspects because when I try to use the regular for loop statement that you can use in JavaScript, I try to relate it to Motoko, it gives me error. Then if I try to do the regular pop we do in JavaScript, like to remove an item from the array in Motoko, it gives me error. So I'm just trying to, I don't know how to work around that in Motoko. That's a challenge I've been having because I've not really done anything on Motoko before.
So yeah, the question is,
yeah, if there's any way an idea can be given, maybe like a sample, I can actually look at and say, okay, wow, this is gonna be. Then I'll find my way out to make things out. That was the question.
First off, have you got a chance to watch Seb's video where he goes through challenges 1 through 5?
Okay, no, I've actually done those ones before the videos. I've done 1 to 8 already.
So the question is on the array, right? You want to know more about how to use array in Motoko, and
yes,
like,
right.
Yeah, all right. So I think it will be helpful for several people. So maybe we can, maybe I can share like a few things about array. I won't go into challenge 10, I think, because I don't know. I don't think it's that relevant. Really, the challenge 10, you shouldn't spend too much time on it. After this meeting, I will also release the challenge for day 2. So if you want to start working on day 2, I think it's more relevant. Yeah, but I can help for challenge 9, and I can show a few things about the array. I just need the screen share authorization. Yeah, that's working.
Yeah, you're the host. And also, I just want to say, if anyone needs help with arrays as well, Albert did a really good overview, and I think he may have solved one of the problems as well too. But that was on his second lecture of day one. So the Q&A, don't skip the Q&A in these recordings, because that's when stuff like that comes up.
Oh,
Right.
I do want to say, before I guess Seb starts, with the arrays, and actually, I've noticed lots of people are wondering, like, those that kind of know some concepts of programming and wanted to relate it to, I guess, the Motoko language. There's a lot of random sections, and there's a really good section that kind of gives you a clear, I don't know, like one-to-one relation, and I'm gonna post it down here. That just talks about all the, like simple syntax, but yeah, I think it relates. I'll post it in the chat if you want to take a look as well. It's so it's under concise overview of Motoko, and I think that's what a lot of people were looking for, and I hadn't actually thought about that till today, but lots of people were asking for some kind of, like, how to use it, essentially, like how do I use the documentation when I already know some simple programming concepts. I think this may help, so try this if you want to, walk through it with, like, while you try to figure things out.
So yeah, do you guys see my screen? I'm in the Motoko playground right now because some people said that it would be easier to follow. So yeah, can someone confirm that we are seeing the Motoko playground and not something else?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so let's create an array. Like, let's call it, I don't know, A. What? Okay. What? Okay, there is something strange. There is something really strange with the keyboard. Okay, so the first question was to, I think, pushing element into array. So actually in Motoko, you cannot do that. You cannot just push an element into an array. It doesn't exist. So what you want to do is you can maybe do something like this. So public function push. You take, let's say, a nat, and you want to return an array of nat with the function, with the value inside. So you would do, yeah, sorry, you need also to specify the array here. So what you need to do is use the array.append to basically take, it takes two array and it returns the concatenation of those array. But yeah, what you need to understand is that you cannot, you need to like copy all the values because the array, the size of the array is fixed. So if you want to append two array, like concatenate two arrays, you need to create a new one and put all the values of the first one and then all the values of the second one. So that's also why, yeah, I can link the library. It's Motoko based library array. So let me put it in the chat. So that's the library for the array module. Yeah, so that's why the append function is depreciated. It's because it's really like it takes a lot of resources. So yeah, so you can use it for like small sets, or if you just use it for constant task, I would say, but don't use it in for loop, for example. All right, so what we would do is just create a new array. So let new array. Okay, someone raised the hand. You would do something like this. So array.append. So I'm using the append function from the array module, this one. I need to specify the type of my array. So here it's of type nat. And then I need to actually specify the two arrays. So the first one is, let me find a better name. Let's say B. So the first array is B, and the second is N. And then I can just return the new array. Yeah. Okay. So I think several people raised their hand. So I'm not managing like the raise hand functionality right now. So if someone can do it.
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks.
All right, Star, go ahead.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Could you do a quick run through of challenge 7? I've been having some trouble with just kind of, I guess, when to put in.
Sorry, we are trying to explain a few things about array. Let me finish like what I'm doing, and then I will answer this question. I don't know what the challenge 7 is sum of array. Okay. Yeah. We will go to challenge 7. I will do it just after this one.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So for the person who was wondering how to push something into an array, that's how you would do it. If you want to push a NAT, if you want to push a text, you would change everything by text. You could also so for intermediate developer, you would also like you can create like a generic function like that and just specify the type here. Yeah, you could do that. So let's test our function. Let's add 5. And okay, so this is the candid UI. So here is the NAT value, and here it's the length of the array. So let's say 2, and I have 1, 3, and then I call that, and I should get 1, 3, 5 exact. Okay. All right. So that's how you push something into an array. Deleting elements. So if you want to delete something from an array, you can use array.filter. I think it's let me find it. It's here. So array.filter. So this function takes an array and a function that takes that takes whatever is inside the array and returns a Boolean. So this function is called a predicate, and basically if the values inside the array verify the predicate, then you keep it. If it doesn't, you remove it. So let me show you what we can do is that we can public function filter filter 2. Let's say we don't want to have any value that is, we don't want 2 inside the array. We just want to remove that. So you would do array.filter. Again, you need to specify the type, so it's of type NAT. You put the array, and then you need to put the function. So you would do it. Let me find this. Okay, so you would do it like that. I think it's. So maybe we can actually declare the function before. I'm going to explain what I'm doing for beginners and for other people. Okay, so yeah, my function is really long. I could make it shorter, but this is just to explain what I'm doing. So I'm creating a function, and this function takes a natural number and it returns true or false. And I'm just testing is the number 2. If it's 2, then I return true. If it's, yeah, that's the other way around. I want to remove. So if it's true, I return false. And if it's not, I return true. So wait, no, that's not, that's like that. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to filter. So we only keep the value if f is true. I got confused. Yeah, that would work. So we only keep the value if the predicate is true. So if the value is not 2, we keep it. If it's 2, we will not keep it. And let me try to deploy that. It's here. Syntax error. So there is, yeah, parenthesis is missing here. Yeah, so field happen is depreciated again. All right, so let's say we have an array with 1, with 2, and with 3. And we keep everything except the 2. So yeah, so that's something that is explained in the daily guide number 3, I think. Basically, the function, many functions inside the array module are what's called higher order function. So this is a function. An higher order function is a function that takes another function as argument. Here it's called a predicate. So we want to check the condition and we want to keep only the value that verifies the condition. So let's say you want to filter all numbers that are below 10. Then you would create a function that checks that. Let's say you want to keep all only the text that are of size 3. You would create a function to do that. Let's say you want to keep only the even numbers. You would create a function that would check that, and you would put it in the filter. Yeah, and you have many functions inside this module that are function of higher order. So this one, for example, you need also to specify your function. And yeah, having a function as an argument is not something that you should be afraid of, because function can have different types of arguments. They can have nat, they can have text, everything, but then they can also have other function. I have a question, which is, will it raise an error if you commit the type of the filter? So if I just forget that, yeah, it wouldn't work, I think. Oh, seems to. It seems to work. I didn't know that. I thought you could not do that. Okay. But yeah, I would recommend to keep it, just to make to be in accordance with the documentation. All right. Two other things on array. So here I've been using the function in the array module, but you can also do things without the array module. So let me remove that. You can also just if you want the size of an array, you can just do dot size. So for example, this array, we can just do a dot size like that. So let b equal a dot size, and b would be 3. And another thing, if you want to iterate through an array, you can do it like that. For value in a dot volts. So that's like this thing. And then you can do something. And this loop will like run as it will run through all the the values inside the array. So let's finish array with the challenges. So sum of array. So basically for sum of array, you need to iterate through the array. So let's do that. You want to initialize a counter because you want to count basically. So you need to initialize a counter to 0. And then you want to go over all the values inside the array. So sorry. Value. What the fuck? There is something. Yeah, so basically that's the solution for sum of array. You just initialize your counter and then you go through all the values inside the array. So let's say we have an array with 3 values, like 5, 5, and 1. Then we are going to put that here, and we are going to do for value in 551. So first is 5, then 5, then 1, and then you return the value of the counter. So it should get 11. All right. So that's it for array. Yeah. So just for more advanced people, like developers, sorry, for intermediate developer, you can try to forget everything about array and just not everything, but like a lot of things. You can use buffer instead. The buffer, you can add elements, remove, append. You can then get the size, clear it, and you can also easily convert the buffer to an array or a mutable array. And yeah, the buffer is way faster than the array if you need to add a lot of elements. So yeah, use buffer. Any question on array before we maybe move to something else? All right. In terms of memory, what's the difference between them? I'm not sure, maybe someone else can answer, but I think the memory allocation for arrays is pretty bad in Motoko. I don't know, do we have another mentor that know exactly like the difference in memory for array and buffer? Yeah, so the only thing I'm sure of is that if you need to, I don't know the level, I don't know the person who is asking the question, but I know that if you are trying to basically create dynamically an array and you want to like append a lot of values, because every time you append, you have to basically copy all the values. So if your array is of size n, then your program is going to be of quadratic complexity. So yeah, don't do that.
All right, can I talk? Okay, thank you so much. Another question I have, I don't know if it's because of what I want to do that is actually giving me the headache or what. But like in this challenge, are we really expected to hard code the things, or are we expected to get input from a user? I don't know if, because that's actually where I'm having issues, like trying to get input from a user and comparing what I got from the user. It's kind of giving me issues. But if we are to hard code everything on the on the file, I think I'm okay with it. But that's where I'm having all the issues I'm having. So I don't know, are we expected to hard code or to create a dynamic stuff that can get input from a user? I'm just trying to get myself out.
So yeah, I think you are maybe, I don't know, maybe you're coming from another language and you are like, you have, in other languages, you have more access to like what the user is doing. But on the IC, it's really different because we are talking about like smart contracts and canister, and usually like you don't interact like as a user directly with the canister. So that's why like that's why like the way to like test the functions are not really, I mean, we have the Candid UI and we have like the ethics, but yeah, I have to admit it's not like really amazing like you can do in, I don't know, JavaScript if you want more. Yeah, because of we are talking about smart contract and canisters, and usually the user is not going to directly interact with them. I mean, he's going to use the front end most of the time.
Okay,
but,
okay.
Yeah,
but you can look at how the Hello app. I mean, that's what the Hello app does, is it takes an input from the user and then provides an output onto the screen. So try to understand each part of how the Hello app does that, and that'll probably help.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Because the one of the challenges I'm actually having is like imagining if a user types a kind of a random figures from that I want to call from the terminal, and me trying to rearrange whatever the user is going to type. So I'm just having issues there. But with what you said now, maybe I can just hard code it for the challenges, then learn more deeper into how I can work around things in the collecting input from users.
Yeah, I see a question about so Yuban, I see a question about like testing in Motoko. So you have different ways to do it. So first you can like write your bash script, and you have like something assert. You have like an assert function. So you can just do that, and I can provide some examples of like what is a good test. So let me show you. I think it's okay. So this is one developer is gonna make a lecture on NFTs. He has a really good, where is it? I think it's, yeah, I think it's this one. Oh, I can't access. Okay. Okay. So let's say admin.test. So that's, to my knowledge, that's like the most advanced test in Motoko that we have for the moment. You can do something like that and just so yeah, that's very advanced. You need to basically use the Motoko compiler, not using the FX. The Motoko compiler is it's this tool. So you need to basically it's provided in the FX, but you need to use it without the FX. You can just call this function, this file, and it will run the file in your terminal. And then you got like you can do something nice like that. And if it passed all your tests, then it means that it's okay, I guess. You can also, you can use like the front end to, I guess, make some interface and try some things. You can use JavaScript to make tests because you have a JavaScript agent. So basically you can do something and test using that. I think the UI is so the Candid UI is accessible for like bigger canister. You have a link as well. I don't have it like right now, but you can do some pretty basic tests. And you also have the debug.print, but it's really basic. I think that's it. Maybe someone else, some other mentor can provide some help on the test-driven development. But yeah, for the moment, it's not, I mean, you have to do it quite manually, I think. There is no framework for you ready to use.
All right, Star,
Yeah.
go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, hello? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. Hi, sir.
Hey, I see you just went by challenge 7, but I'm still a bit confused. I was trying to understand when to apply arguments to certain functions and when to add the nat or text, as well as how to call those canisters after. It's specifically for arrays. I haven't, like I've seen the example you put up, but when I tried to call it, it was giving me an error. I'm just need help understanding that a bit.
Do we need you to share your screen, Seb? Do we want him to share his screen and see what error he's getting, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Star, you're set as the host. You should be able to go ahead and share your screen now.
So I have a JavaScript background, so I'm just trying to understand. I understand the looping, but I'm kind of confused every time when it comes to whether or not there needs to be anything in the argument for a function, and also when calling the canister, I had a problem down here where I didn't know how to call that specific canister. It was giving me an error.
All right. So the first question, I mean, when do you need like a argument and when you don't? It's up to you, I guess. Like you can create a function without arguments. You can create a function with arguments. It's your choice when you need it and when you don't. So I don't know exactly how to answer this question. And for the second part of the question, to send arguments to a canister, you need to use the Candid format. So you cannot send like the array with the brackets like you've done. You need to, okay, let me write in the chat. That will be easier. You need to do something like that.
Hold on 1 second. Can't find the chat.
Oh,
It's in the bottom of your screen center, very bottom center.
Okay, got it. So it would be, but I don't understand what the VEC, and then, so like if there's already a variable named array, why would I need to have to type this in?
You don't have access to the variable, like the
Oh,
array 5, 10. Yeah, you don't have access to this variable because you cannot. It's inside the canister state. Like
got
you
it.
do. Yeah.
So I would have to, in my case, I would have to put array and then just retype in those values.
No, you don't have to type array. You need to keep the vec because the vec is how in the counted format, again, it's how array are represented. So you need to keep the vec. And those are semicolons between the number.
Gotcha. So it would simply be like this.
Yeah.
Might need a space in between the back and the opening bracket. I'm not sure.
I think it's correct.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah, that was mainly it. Like I was getting really confused with the like my first time with that problem was with the clear counter. Like if you had to create a function that didn't need a argument, when I didn't put an argument, I would get errors. So just going through the Discord, I saw people.
You shouldn't get any error. You can just remove the n of type nut. You can just remove that.
And just leave this would work just as well?
No. You don't need the nut as well. You just leave nothing. Like that, exactly. And this would work. So this is just a function that takes no argument.
So it'd be just like this when calling. I would still have to.
You need to deploy first.
No, I think it's already there. It's already deployed.
But you changed the function header because you removed the end net. You have to save that and redeploy.
Yeah, so I think I've answered this like this confusion. Some people had this confusion. So the
Make sure
code
you save.
you.
Sorry,
Okay.
sorry, he's not saving. You have to save.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saved it, I believe.
There you go. Yeah, so
You need.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you can go on.
So this, if I just hit this should work. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I was a little stumped with that.
All right, cool. There is a question in the chat. I have a question. Can I use multiple types for async? I'm not sure I get. So do you mean like async nat, async text, async bool? Yeah, you can. Basically, async is just a word that you add to any type to specify that is async, but you can use it for any type. Yes. Was it the question?
All right, anyone else want to raise their hand to ask a question?
I mean, like this public function, sum of array, async, not texts, etc. No, you cannot do that. I mean, if you want to return multiple values, you need to use a tuple. Yeah, you need to use a tuple. So that's like a collection of different objects. Yeah.
Maccabee?
Yeah, McCabe. All good though.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. So following the guide, I noticed that following the guide and then watching the submission video, I noticed that there was package JSON and package lock JSON files that you would get in the guide, but then watching the submission videos, I noticed that they were gone. So I was just wondering if that, like if we had to include those.
So the package.json files are it's related to like the front end world. So it's related to JavaScript and all dependency that you have for basically everything that is front end. The challenges are only Motoko. It's like backend, and yeah. So basically, the video I've made, you just need to commit the Motoko, the 6 Motoko files for the 6 days, and you don't need to commit anything else. But if you create a new project, you will get this package.json. But yeah, it's for the front end. You can take a look on the internet. It's package.json npm as well. It's very well explained. It's yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that was because I already submitted it, so I just wanted to make sure we were good. But thank you.
All right, Crypto Kaihu. You're on mute. Oh, okay, he needs to find his headset. Anyone else have a question? Well, I see one on the Q&A. Anyone got a good repo, for example, using Plug?
So are you talking about the Plug wallet?
Hey guys, yeah, the Plug wallet, and I'm trying to get it. So I threw in the NFT contract that we can get from something rocks. I already forgot. But anyways, there's like a already made NFT contract out there, right? So I'm experimenting with that, and I want to mint it using the Plug wallet. And then I realized that when I import the DID or DLD files the way that they teach you, I can't like just inject the wallet. It's not like a provider. So I don't know what to do. It's hard to find things too. So if you guys
so where did you look at the documentation? They have like a cool documentation on their website, like docs. I've just sent the link. So you need to create like if you want like your user to interact using the wallet, you need to do it like so you need to do it creating the JavaScript agent. So you need to like request a connection, wait for the answer, then you have the agent, and then you need to create an actor in JavaScript, which is like the representation of the canister. So you can call it from JavaScript. And I guess that's what is causing issue, I guess, with the interface description language, this part.
Yeah. I just no. I mean, I'm just not the most experienced Web3 developer, so I'm just confused. So I guess I have to. So okay. So I create the agent, then I create the connector object, which contains all the fancy stuff in there, and then I have to create the object that is the smart contract that interfaces with the IC.
Exactly.
Right, but I guess so. Like when I build my Motoko project, I get all of these free DLDs that I automatically import and are automatically connecting to the IC. I can't use those because those aren't connected to Plug Wallet. Is that correct, or am I assuming?
No, you can totally use it. So actually, when you create an actor, let me share my screen maybe.
That'd be fun.
Okay, so I won't show you Plug, but I will show you like the way to do it with the JavaScript agent that is provided by the Definity Foundation. But it's quite the same with Plug. They are just like wrapping things, so you cannot like do what you want, but you need to ask for user authorization. Okay, let me just wait for that. Right. So what? Okay. So here you have the okay. You have the index.js file, and here you import. Okay, wait. They've changed it. They've changed the example. Okay, cool. So, okay, they do it like that. So you need to. I don't like how they do it because they don't show like what they do. They don't show the agent creation. But basically, when you do
so
that,
the agent creation sitting over in the other folder that they generate in the declarations folder.
Yeah,
yeah,
it should be there, but it's hidden. Okay.
Okay, maybe I'm still getting ahead of myself. Sorry.
I will show you. I think it will pop up. I just need to deploy everything so I can get the declaration folder because it needs to be deployed to get it. There is also a command like the fx generates, but I think it's.
So can you edit the declaration folders? I just assumed that they were auto-generated and I wasn't supposed to edit them.
So I think it's inside the package.json. Yeah, so copy type. This is the command you would run. Sorry. So npm run copy types, and you would get like the declarations. Okay, so here you have like the declaration file. And I think they've wrapped everything inside index.js. Yeah, okay, it's there. So yeah, basically, if you take a look at that and look at everything, I think you will understand how to talk to a canister using JavaScript. So just quickly, they import an actor, the actor class and the HTTP agent, and that's here.
Right.
They create an agent using HTTP agent, and then they create the actor using the canister ID and this file, the IDL factory. So the IDL factory is the JavaScript representation of the content interface. It's this one. Basically, it's the function that returns the interface to the JavaScript code, so it can like know what is grid and what are the parameters that it needs to pass. And yeah, once you have the actor, you can just call it and you just await, and you get the result. And for plug, it's the same. That's the plug documentation. That's quite the same. You basically you request a connection and then you pass the IDL So here, instead of like importing a file, they've just copy and paste this, this one, this one for the actor they have, the canister they have. But you can totally do it with like a file. And then they create the actor, they just provide the canister ID and the interface.
Oh, okay.
And then you can await on whatever function. So I guess it's get stats. And then you can just get the results. All right.
Okay. Okay. I think I get it. Thank you very much. This leading me to the right direction.
Cool. Any other question? Do we have something? Is there a way to know how many cycles the canister have used when it gets executed? Yeah, there is a way. I don't remember exactly how to do it. But basically you have to, do we still see my screen, by the way? Motoko. You have the cycle, experimental cycle library. So it's this one. Yeah, guys, I have no idea if we can see my screen or not. So maybe I'm just talking.
No, you're good. We can see it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so for the person asking about like how to see the cycles and everything, you have the experimental cycle library and you have like the balance. I strongly encourage you to read everything because every time you call a canister, there is like a certain amount of cycle that you send as well with the call. Yeah. I think for the moment, it's still experimental, but it's working fine. Okay, so I've answered this one, I've answered this one. Do we have any raised hand? No, we don't. Okay, Andres.
Want to go back and do a raise? What about?
Yeah, we can hear you. Andres?
No, I was just saying that the question was if we can go back and do a raise.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. Now you can hear me, right? Basically,
Okay.
my question is, for the car project, I'm thinking of doing like the kind of like build your own NFT site, but I have no clue, how can you actually like put together each part of the NFT, so to say. I was thinking about using like SVG and like generating an SVG type of image at the end, but like I have no clue how to like actually make that generated image like into the canister. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to actually store it.
Yeah. Okay. So so you can do it like several different ways, I guess. Assuming that SVG is just like text, you can basically store the text inside the canister, and then like whenever you need to create the NFT, you can do it just with the text, basically. You can also convert the text to a blob, and basically you have something to do it inside the, I think it's inside the blob, or maybe inside text. No, it's inside text. Oh, not this one. Yeah, so you can you can encode the text to a blob. So it will take less space inside the canister. So I would recommend to do it, and you can decode it using this function whenever you need it. It's encoded with F8. And yeah, that's the way you would do it if you're using SVG. Basically, you would have to store the text as blob, and then once you want to do something with it, I don't know, like if you want to modify the text or whatever, you can do it directly with the text type. I guess it depends on what you want to do with the text. If you have just like a bunch of files and you just want to like create a really simple NFT, I would say like just put the blob. If you need to, for example, for yeah. So maybe I can show you what we're doing with ICP Squad if my wallet is not broken. No, it's broken.
It's dead.
Yeah, my plug wallet is broken. I don't know why. I think, yeah, I've just reinstalled Firefox because it's the only way for me to access my plug wallet. I need to remove that. All right. So, all right, guys. So everyone on this call is going to see some preview NFTs of ICP Squad. If it's working, yeah. So don't look at that. It's for testing purpose. Everything will be burned after, and you can actually check that on CAP if you are familiar with it. So that's my NFT. And basically what we're doing, if it's loading, okay, so that's how you access like the actual NFT through HTTP. And you can inspect the page and check at like how it's working, because we just have like a bunch of different elements, like the body, the eyes, you know, everything. And so those elements are stored inside the canister. And when I want to create an NFT, I just basically concatenate everything in the right order, I guess. And then that's it. I have my NFT. The NFT is just the SVG file. I serve that through HTTP, and I have a token ID, which is stored. That's like the NFT, you know, it's stored in HashMap, everything. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There will be a lecture like dedicated on how to do an avatar minter. I will go in much more detail, like how to do everything. But basically, I've shown the high-level view of what you need to do. Yeah, so to answer your question, specifically, you can store the text, or you can store the blob, or you can, yeah, I guess it depends. Like for our collection, we have the text because we really need to manipulate it. So I think I store it as a text. That's it. Okay, I think he's still muted. I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, it's I didn't want to talk. You know, I was waiting if somebody had another question, but sorry for asking too. By the way, it's just that I was thinking about storing it on, you know, base 64 encoding, but they're like too big, like the images I drew. So
okay, maybe you're talking about like how to actually insert the image inside the canister. Okay, yeah. So for that, you need to put it. You need to use the an array of NAT8. So okay. Let me find it. I think it's because no, that's not here. Support the type. So yeah, blob. So the blob type is like what you will use to for binary data, and the interface that are blob, you can also send array of NAT8, because that's like how blob are encoded. So it doesn't really matter for the canister. Basically, that's the corresponding JavaScript value. You need to put like the, I think I can provide some links. You need to use like the, to convert the image, you need to like convert the image to a blob in JavaScript. You like an array of type you int 8, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but something like that. And then you can push that to the canister. There is a 2 megabyte limit on how much you can push to the canister in one message though. So if you have something really, really big, you need to make it, like you need to send multiple messages. You need to chunk it. Yeah, that's how you would do it. And you can do it. You can also do it.
My question.
Okay, okay.
Sorry about
Cool.
that.
All right, so I think the meeting is over. We have, okay, just one last question because I've noticed that he was asking for a long time. So can we have, Isaac, can you allow Kongzium to talk? I cannot do it.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Hello guys. Wait a minute.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I just asked you, Seb, right? So I'm working on the challenge 7 and I still can't go around how to do the if else function. Like how do I want to like for make the size of the array to be like none, to be empty, and I can't return it to 0.
Can you share your screen?
Yeah, I can share my screen. How do I share this on here?
Sorry, one second. It just takes a little while. All right, there you go. You should see a little green button at the bottom.
Okay, here is so I'm trying to let the function go return 0 when it's the array is empty, but I don't know how. Can you please help me?
Yeah. Right. Okay. Oh, so you can do that. I mean, it's just not working in Motoko. So what you need to do is, I've said just like in the array discussion earlier that you can access the size of the array using dot size parentheses.
Yeah, like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I try, but it's
No, like not like that. Sorry, you need so you need to check if the size of the array is 0. So that's what you want to do, to check if it's empty.
Yeah.
So it would be a dot size, and you need the parenthesis after size, like open parenthesis, and yeah, like that exactly. And you want to check if that is equal to 0.
Like this?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else, right? Okay.
You don't actually return anything in your function. So I mean, the goal was to return the sum of the array. Here you are not returning any value. So I mean, the function is working, but
It's not
okay.
working like.
Yeah. Because so take a look at your function. You have like the declaration of the function, line 32. Public function sum of array, async, and you don't have anything. Like you don't return anything. You need to return a nat.
I had to use like nature or this way. Do I have to use nature?
Yes.
Nature, yeah.
Yeah, natural.
But yeah, the problem is if I use that, it have a different error.
Yeah, because
I
this
tried.
time you are not returning anything in the after the else. So your function will return 0 if the size is 0. But
Okay.
yeah, you need to return something. I would recommend to check a video on indentation. So how to like indent your code. This is like how to structure your code in terms of syntax. I would recommend you to do it after this call, because you have like, I mean, the code will work, but it's very difficult to read.
Yeah, okay.
You need to save the file as well.
Yeah, I forgot.
Thanks, Abraham.
Okay, seems working. Yeah, it seems working. Yeah, I need to check the last thing. What is this? Not array. Was the array like this or?
Okay, so remove everything. Yeah, remove. Go back. Remove. So sum of array. Remove the parenthesis as well. Space. So space bar. You need like to open a quote like that. Yeah, open a parenthesis as well. And then it's vec. So Victor Echo Charlie. Okay, VEC, vec. Maybe you can take a look at the chat. I will send it inside the chat. Oh, I have, okay. All right. Any links to how the array sort works? Yeah, you can. If you go to GitHub Motoko base library, you have access to the detail of like how the function that you are calling are working exactly. So if you are interested in checking, you can do that. All right. All right, guys. I think that was the
finally work.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No worry. So I think, guys, we should stop there because that's like way we are. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. It's finally work.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
I spent like 5 hours on this.
Oh
my God.
Well, it's working now. So hey, y'all. Thanks for making it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. See you guys.
See you guys.